Okay, now we're gonna make my famous no-bake cheesecake. So my friends love this. They love it so much one year at Christmas, one of my girlfriends, they have a big family, and I made a bowl that was probably 3 times as big as this and gave it to them before I left to travel home to Tennessee for the holidays. So this is another thing that you can make ahead of time, and the longer it sits, it's gonna be good anyway. And you can just scoop this out. This is something you don't have to slice. So if you wanna put a spoon, once you get everything in the container and ready to serve, just put a spoon in it and they can just spoon it out kind of like you would banana pudding. So what we're gonna do is I laid out 2 packages of cream cheese just to let that soften. And if you wanna use them right out of the refrigerator, if you forgot to lay them out, just whip them with your mixer and then you'll be ready to go. So we're gonna do 2 separate bowls, which I did ahead of time. On this side, you'll see the whipped cream because you want to use a bowl that is not dirty when you are whipping cream because you want it to come together and not separate. If it's a dirty bowl, you can even put your bowl in the refrigerator. If your bowl is cold, that'll help with the whipping. And then on this side is the 2 packages of cream cheese, and I creamed that together with a 1/2 cup of sugar. So we've got that already done, and I'm just gonna stir the 2 of those together. Now you don't have to do this like you would a souffle, or if you're making a chiffon cake and worry about folding it in carefully and that things are gonna fall. You could even do this in the mixer. If you had your cream cheese in the mixer already, then you could add the whipped cream that you had already whipped. But I'm just using a bowl tonight, mostly for sound, so we don't have sound on the video. So, I am good. I'm a little crazy tonight, but I'm good. Okay, Gail. I know where you live. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm the middle child. Okay, so now you can see basically it doesn't look very much different. You can see a slight difference in the 2 when they were side by side, but it basically looks the same. We're also going to use, traditionally you're going to see a graham cracker crust, but we're using these lady fingers. They're kind of like a sponge cake, and these are in the bakery deli department out on the shelf. If you don't see them on the shelf, then ask someone because they do keep them in the freezer, so they might have just run out and no one's replenished yet. But this is how they come. And I'm gonna pull this apart so you can see. So they're rounded and browned on the top, and on the inside you've got a little browning, but it's flat. So, but these are wonderful things to use for desserts. And I have lined my serving pan. Again, we're doing disposable, so you can take it out to a party or barbecue. And I put it around the sides and on the bottom. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna spread this, half of the mixture, on top of the lady fingers. Now you can double, triple, quadruple this recipe depending on the size container you've got and how many people you're gonna serve, or how much you wanna have left over to take home to eat yourself. There's nothing to this. It doesn't have to be spread a certain way. I'm using this spatula, but you can use a spoon, a fork, doesn't matter. So now there's half our mixture. That couldn't be easier, right? And now the next thing that is even easier, you're not gonna use fresh fruit, we're gonna use pie filling. So I got blueberry. I thought peach might be interesting. You never see a peach cream cheesecake. and cherry, which is very popular for a lot of people. But also, when I was looking through the aisles, I found this key lime, and I love that flavor. So I thought that would be a wonderful cheesecake. So we're gonna take half of this can. Oh no, I think the whole can, right? The recipe says the whole can. And again, no special technique. Now when you're using the fruit, I like to use a fork with that, and I didn't put any of this in the directions, but sometimes the filling is a little more than what you might want flavor-wise. So if you just want to pull the fruit out that has the glaze on it and not use so much of the glaze that comes in the can, feel free to do that. You just do what is best for your taste. So, and if you garnish this, remember what I said when we did the cheese night, that most chefs are going to garnish their food with something that is an ingredient, like a sprig of thyme. That lets you know there's thyme in the food. Or maybe they'll use lemon wedges if they've used lemon in the sauce. So this would be nice if you had a lime, and you could make some little lime wedges or slices and put on top. And if you want to get real fancy, you can cut a little slit in them and twist them around, make them look like a figure 8. So there's our key lime filling. Again, very simple and easy. And now we're just going to take the rest of our cream cheese and whipped topping mixture. And now I did the whipped cream from top, but as I'm telling you all how easy and convenient, if you all want to buy a Cool Whip and try that, I've not ever tried that myself because I have an affinity for making it from scratch. I think it just, I don't know, maybe it just feels good to do it that way. It feels fancy, but traditionally the cheesecakes are baked, but this one's going to be so good that you'll forget about a baked cheesecake after you make this recipe. I'm sorry? Make what? Bake it? No, this is a no-bake cheesecake. Yeah. It just, yeah. We're just going to let it set up in the refrigerator. That's what I said I was going to do ahead of time, and I didn't get them made because I took a lunch break. So, but see how simple? It is beautiful. When you get in there, then you'll be able to see the layers, the stripe layers, and especially if you've got the fruit in there and it's like this blueberry dark color, then it's really pretty when it goes on your plate. So we're going to put this in the fridge and let it set up, and once we're finished, I'll make the other ones so you all can at least taste them.